Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Eschalon Book 2, where we're still in the Krios Vindica headquarters. And last time, Vic had some weird fever dream about, what if I just abandon this whole hero thing and don't heroically sacrifice myself? Excuse me. But this time, he's gonna do the right thing, I guess. I've returned with the Crux of Fire, get my 3000 experience, which is not getting me much of anywhere. How are we to accomplish this? No way, I'm not killing it, no. I understand that the responsibility of destroying the Crux is mine, somehow, suddenly. I feel kind of tricked, but, it's okay. I will do this. I'll try to find a way to not die. We'll see. Your response seems to ease the pressure that bears down upon Corrin. Okay, so he was totally expecting me to decline, which makes sense. Hear these next words carefully, Vic. I'm not asking you to do this alone. I'm going to join you. Oh, okay, so we're both going to die. Or, much more importantly, there is a chance that I'll be able to have you do the final thing, and I might be able to get out. You could have told me beforehand, That's okay. I'm going to join you. I will not ask you to do to do something that I myself would not do, and so I will be there to help you bring the Crux together. I mean, how many people does it take to just join those things together? I will gladly help you acquire the second one, but then I'm gonna, be out of there. However, the journey to Emerith will be difficult. My old bones cannot fight alongside of you on this long journey. I no longer possess the combative skills that you do. But I will come to aid you when you reach the Crux of Ages. The viewing glass that you still carry will allow you to open a portal when you locate the gemstone. Okay, I didn't know that. Not that it would have particularly helped so far, but okay. Use the viewing glass then to create a portal from which I will emerge to help you with the final task of joining the two Crux together. How should I begin this journey? First, I implore you to not go into Emerith unprepared. You will need your skills to be at their pinnacle. Your weapons must be keen, your armor unbreakable. Although we have little time, you should not leave Mistfell without ensuring that you are as powerful as you can become. Okay. To walk onto the Emerith Grazelands and engage the Taurax directly will be the greatest challenge of your life. I had hoped to rally the support of the dwarves for this mission, but after raiding Hammerlorn, I am afraid we have lost all diplomacy with the Dwarvenkin. Yeah, who would have thought? They will not help us, but there is another faction who may. The mages of Lorwich are very powerful and might be persuaded to aid us. Speak to Erebor about this, for he is more enlightened about their guild than I. So now Erebor is actually going to play some kind of role. And Lorwich as well, which I assumed was not just some kind of... in fact, there was practically nothing to do when I was there, so it was basically guaranteed that it would play some kind of role in the main story at some point. So that's not a huge surprise. Anyway, so then after I'm fully prepared... You should then make your way to the merchant port of Eden, also not surprising. It is at the northern tip of Harpoon Bay. The main road of Eden over the Yoma Narrow Bridge is the main road to Eden over the Yoma Narrow Bridge is out. You will need to make your way west along the Yoma River, then trend south. Yes, I know, I've been there. You navigate around the eastern edge of Coppervein Rift and then continue south to the village. There you should be able to find passage to Picaroon Isle, which is off the coast of Emerith. Talushorn is just a day or two southeast from there. How do I get from that isle to the mainland then? Well, I guess we'll see. It is beyond my knowledge what may lie in wait for you at Talushorn, but you can be sure it will be a barbaric horde of ruthless horn and hoof and axe. Use your intellect, such as it is. What these beasts have in strength and numbers, they lack in intelligence, but beware of the one they call General Gore. He is their leader, and he is diabolical and tactical. He will be your greatest danger. I'm off then. I'll open the portal for you when I locate the Crux of Ages. Interesting that he does not first send me to Lorwich and then, makes me return here or, go to Eden from there. But he basically talking to the magicians is optional? Well, no, he told me to talk to Erebor, so he's probably going to give me a proper quest. But still, it seems like... okay, we'll see. Maybe I do need to do both things. Corrin said I should ask you about the Guild of Mages at Lorwich Tower. Can you help us against the Taurax? Can they help us against the Taurax? The Mages of Lorwich are a unique bunch. They study forgotten forms of ancient magic and collect relics from the past. Oh, like maybe some weird bells or something? Before the fall of Thaermore, my guild, Shadowmerc, often competed against Lorwich in mage games. However, the last time we held this competition was over 5 years ago. And now, with war approaching, the mages of Lorwich have just locked themselves away in their tower. I suggest you travel to Lorwich and speak with the guildmaster Charma, and tell her of your quest, and that I personally ask for her help. To persuade her, give her this. It is the Mage Games Silver Chalice, held by the winner of each competition. The winner gets silver? Okay. Shadowmerc won this from Lorwich at the last Mage Games tournament. Tell her it can be hers forever if Lorwich assists us now. Okay. They take their Quidditch very seriously, I take it. After thinking, okay, so this is optional. Keep your silver chalice and from it drink the blood of the fallen enemy. No, I will do this. Thank you for your guidance. Alright. Mage Games, silver chalice added, assistance from Lorwich. Oh, interesting. I mean, since it obviously is optional, of course it makes me wonder how the endgame would change. I'm assuming that maybe just some random NPC witches or mages will join the final battle or something. That's something that I could imagine happening. But yeah. Even if I... Okay, can I please just use these stairs? Light might help. No? Light will not help. Okay. Cat eyes don't help much. Where am I? Why can I not interact with these? Did I not try clicking on them? Every other staircase you just walk on. I guess this one was actually an interactable object, like the rock that brings you in the first place. Okay, that was kind of silly. I guess I never... No, I must have walked out of there once before. Yeah, okay, I guess I just forgot the secret method of leaving, which is more mysterious than the one of entering, apparently. Right, I did say last time that I was going to try this shop refreshing and looking for the final book and maybe some upgrades. And of course, since I kind of had to start with the correct sequence of quest events here, that was a little bit awkward to do. I could have walked all the way back out, done all that, walked all the way back in, and then started the episode. But I didn't feel like doing all that. So instead, I'm just gonna pause now and do those things. And I guess I'll see you at Lorwich next, which of course we've already cleared the way to, as well as the way to Eden. So those next steps are gonna be pretty quick and easy. Yeah, see you in a moment. Hallelujah, this looks correct. I think I refreshed shop inventories a total of 5 or 6 times, resting 7 times in a row in between each refresh. My brain was starting to melt slightly, but I think I'm finally freed from this terrible, vicious cycle. You have discovered the biography of woodsman turned warrior Richard Redbeard. Richard was a fairly simple man of great character, whose life was irrevocably altered the day his wife and young son were brutally murdered during a goblin raid in the year 710. Currently he serves the Commonwealth as an instructor for soldiers who wish to master the use of an axe. This book serves to tell Richard's story, from his early years as a woodsman to the decade he spent consumed with the need to avenge his family, and finally as an instructor to soldiers of the realm. Along the way, he offers some unique insight of what it is like to be the master of the greatest of cleaving weapons known to mankind. Leafing through the biography, you find a particular passage that leaves the greatest impression. See, the axe, or any cleaving weapon for the matter, is based on the simplest of principles. It's a wedge that reduces your effort in splitting the desired object. He picks up another hatchet, walks over to a chopping block, and splits a small piece of wood. The longer the handle, the more force you can apply. This time, he hefts a long-handled wood axe and chops a thick log. Obviously, the larger the axe head, the more potential damage, but you want to try to keep it as balanced as possible. He motions to a nearby soldier, acting as his assistant. The soldier wheels over a large cart that is piled over with medium-sized hatchets. Okay then, everyone grab an axe. There is an excited buzz of commotion from the students, who clearly were not expecting combat practice on the first day of training. Once you're all equipped, you can come with me out back and we'll get started chopping some wood. It's going to be a cold winter this year, and I'll need all I can spare to keep my home warm and toasty. The excited chatter dies down immediately, replaced by expressions of puzzlement. Yes, you heard me right. It'd be the most basic of training if you're going to master the axe. If you can properly chop through a motionless limb the size of a man's arm, do you really expect to do the same to a fully armored limb that's constantly moving around? Right then, let's get a move on. Chop chop. The firewood isn't gonna cut itself. Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know that particular paragraph would give me any new insights after already having mastered the art of the axe quite a bit. I'm kind of prepared for the game to tell me just that I'm already too skilled and this is not going to give me anything, but I think that's not going to happen with books. Okay, phew. Finally. Cleaving weapons 22. I mean, that's looking pretty good. I was not paying attention to my hit and damage again. Which I don't even know if those go up from the skill, but I think so. Obviously only every couple of points. Anyway, you know, more points is better, so that is finally done. Holy crap. Here, have your stupid book back. I spent, well, I don't know, certainly over 1,000 gold in fees. Also, I did check the blacksmiths the first couple of rounds, but I eventually stopped. They didn't have anything good. And I mean, I feel like these non-magical pieces of armor are already at the very high end of the spectrum. Especially, I can't really see a light armor, you know, body armor with more than 9 armor. That seems really, really powerful already. And I haven't even seen another light cloak with this kind of armor at all. I've only ever seen those military cloaks that are considered heavy armor. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. There might be some upgrades out there, but I guess I'll just have to hope to find them, to take them off the cold, dead hands of some Taurax, or something. Anyway, okay. Finally, the quest for the axe skill book is complete. Now I'm gonna make my way into Lorwich, which is gonna be a bit of a boring walk again, but oh well. All right, here I am, back on the really only the 3rd level of Lorwich. For some reason in my mind this was a lot taller, but I still had to re-navigate those labyrinths on the way here, so that was a little bit of a pain. Anyway, Charma is still working on reciting a spell. Okay. I've come from a meeting with Erebor. He said I should speak with you about requesting help from the Guild of Lorwich with an important quest. An important quest, you say? Well, knowing what I know of Erebor and his involvement with Krios Vindica, I'm sure your quest has something to do with the Crux, am I right? Charma sighs. Erebor and I have had a long history of competition with each other. We're not exactly friends, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry that he lost his guild when Thaermore collapsed, but I don't owe him any favors. He has certainly never shown Lorwich any. I mean, this is also kind of not about individual, you know, quarrels, but about the fate of the entire civilized world. But anyway, Erebor said Lorwich may have this chalice forever if you help me. Charma takes the glimmering trophy from your hands slowly. Erebor is giving Lorwich the silver chalice? I don't know what to say. This is a very generous gift, and he would not have parted with it unless he was in desperate need of our help. Perhaps in times like these, rivalries should be put aside. Thanks for agreeing with me there. Okay, I'm listening. Tell me of this important quest you're on. The quest I'm on is to destroy 2 of the Crux. I am to travel into the heart of the Taurax lands to complete this task. My success may prevent the war from reaching Mistfell. Charma looks at you with disbelief. You're traveling into Emerith on your own? The entire Commonwealth Guard of Mistfell is not foolish enough to do that, and you think you can? I've heard rumors that this war is regarding the Crux, and I know of Erebor's lifelong quest to prevent the 4 known Crux from uniting. I can only assume that his gesture of goodwill towards Lorwich means that the situation is growing dire. War is at our doorstep, and certainly you would not be traveling into the land of the enemy unless your quest was of grave importance. Yes. So I can count on the help of Lorwich? She didn't say that with a single word, but... Charma looks at you sympathetically. No, I'm sorry, but I cannot spare any mages to join you on your quest. It is not my will to send them into their deaths, to send them to their deaths in Emerith, nor would I assume I even had the authority to do so. However, I will give you something. As Erebor has given to us a magnificent gift, so shall Lorwich give unto you. Charma walks to a nearby table and opens a metal box. Inside the valve-lined container you see a silver rod, which she lifts out with great gentleness. She returns, carefully holding the object out to you. Lorwich gives you this. It is a wand. However, it is unlike any wand I have ever seen in my life. A member of your guild was doing relic scouting in the southern Solengard Mountains when he found it. My guess is that it belonged to the Oracle, based on the glyphs in the handle. What does it do? It discharges some kind of energy that is more powerful than any spell performed by the hand of a mage or cleric. I do not know what kind of magic flows through this wand, but it is unlike elemental or divination energy. And unlike the ones made of wood, this is clearly constructed of some kind of alloy. You must be careful with it. 2 mages who were experimenting with it lost their lives when it discharged unexpectedly. Okay, that sounds like a great thing to have. As far as I can tell, there are 8 charges left in it. Once it is drained, I know of no way to recharge it. I give it to you because you will need exceptional weapons to take on the Taurax of Emerith. May this wand aid you when you need it most. Well, thank you, Charma. I'm sure I will find a way... I will find this wand to be most useful. Will I, though? Okay, well, plasma wand added. So this is an Oracle weapon, presumably? A plasma wand? Okay. Well, thanks for some more experience on the way to 140,000. And for this thing, category wand, which is the only item of its type that I've even seen. Okay, it goes in the hand slot. I guess there is no weapon category for it, so I will never have a better hit chance with it. But maybe I'm hoping that, like with aiming elixirs, hit chance is not actually going to be a factor for this. Oh, also, you might notice that I did get rid of my lantern altogether because I didn't really feel like messing around with all the refueling all the time, and torches are basically just as good. So yeah. Anyway, a plasma wand. All right. Okay. Now, what I'm not entirely sure about is if I should keep all the charges for the final boss fight, if there even is a boss fight. There might not really be one, or much of one. Or if this is mostly to just blast my way through the Taurax on the way. Because, well, I mean, we fought one Taurax, but that was quite a piece of work. And if those become a common enemy in Emerith, as you should probably expect, yeah, I can see that being a problem. But, well, we'll see. We will see. Okay, that's that quest out of the way. Which means that now I only have to make my way to Eden, and then that's going to be the point of no return, huh? I feel like I should maybe get a second water skin. I mean, I should be good on food. These dried meats alone refill my hunger bar almost completely by themselves. Oh, unknown? How are these? Oh, I guess I didn't have one to stack with the unknown ones I found. Okay, yeah. So these meaty spider legs are also, I think, almost full refills, like 3/4 or so, I would guess. As are the salted fish. Honestly, these biscuit rations and breads are kind of superfluous at this point. But, yeah, anyway. The Crux of Fire. We still have this Oracle book, which we were not really able to do much with. Is this going to come in handy in some kind of way in the endgame? Also, of course, I haven't found a way or a place to do anything with these belts. But I'm also hoping that that's going to be in Emerith somehow. Also, I'm hoping that... Well, I guess we'll see if the game will allow me to travel back. There are still 2 undiscovered locations, so... maybe it's not just go to Emerith and then the endgame immediately begins. Maybe there's a little bit more to it. A little bit more exploration. Honestly, I've been playing long enough that I feel like taking a break, but obviously the episode itself is only just barely 20 minutes long. All that in-refreshing or shop-refreshing did take quite some time, but well, at the very least going to travel to Eden and see what's what. And in fact, what are we supposed to do exactly? Find a way to Picaroon Isle. Oh, okay. So talk to the one NPC that's here and hope that he will help me. Who are you? What can you tell me? If I got some gold, if you have anything worth purchasing. Oh, I completely forgot that he acted as a shop and he also had books. That could have potentially sped up this whole process quite a bit by adding a fourth bookseller to my list. Swift ring. Yeah. I mean, in the end, I did get the thing, so it's okay. But, well, good to know for a second playthrough that I'm not going to do. Right, anyway. I need to go to Picaroon Isle. I'm on a quest that may prevent the Taurax from invading. Ben looks at you suspiciously. Picaroon, you say? Why would you ever want to go there? He appears to be pondering the idea for a minute or two, occasionally glancing out the window to a boat tied to the dock. He finally speaks. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to question your reason for wanting to go to Picaroon Isle. Maybe you really think you are some hero that can prevent the war from entering Mistfell, or more likely you are involved in some illegal activity that I don't want to know about. It's none of my business, really, but I have a cargo skiff docked out there that is not getting any use, and I know it can make it to Picaroon in a day. How about I take you there myself for 350 gold? Now, here's what I'm wondering. This game seems to have like a closed economy, insofar as there is no respawning of any enemies or any other valuables, therefore. Okay, no, technically, I suppose, but that depends on you having the skill. Technically, you could keep resting out in the wild and selling those reagents you find. Some of them are kind of valuable, and you might eventually make more money back than you... Well, you will probably make more money back than you have to spend on food for, you know, all the time you spend resting. But I feel like it's theoretically possible to run out of money completely. Because eventually there is not going to be anything left to sell, right? Or any gold left to loot. Granted, there is a ton, and I've left a ton behind on my way, but... Okay, you know, I just find it's a small amount, so it's very, very, very unlikely that someone will legitimately get here having looted literally every piece of treasure, sold every little bit, or thrown away every bit, I guess. You can't technically just completely remove it from the world without turning into gold. But, you know, getting here with no money and no way to make any more money. It is theoretically possible, but it's incredibly unlikely to ever happen to, you know, to someone playing normally. Still, having an actual step in the main quest that it requires gold in a situation like this, where it's theoretically possible to not have gold, it's interesting. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, but again, it's really only a theoretical problem. Sounds fair to me, unless there is a way to just not pay. You know what? I'm not even gonna haggle. Great, I'll be happy to take you anytime, but just know that I'm not waiting around Picaroon Isle to bring you back. If you need to return, you'll have to find someone else to help you. Maybe implying that there is someone else that will help me. So with all that worked out, just let me know when you're ready to leave, which I think I am now. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I'm not ecstatic about my hunger and thirst levels, but that's okay. Surely I'm gonna find some sort of well at the very least, and we already established that I have all the food that I'll ever need. Okay, sure, Picaroon Isle it is. Well then, I'm ready to take you. Do you have the 350 gold we agreed on? Yes. Okay, that's another 5,000 experience. And we automatically got the next step. You're on a quest to locate the Crux of Ages, which will be used to destroy the Crux of Fire. Now that you have reached Picaroon Isle, you must make your way to Teloshorn, the citadel of the Taurax. Alright. We have entered the map called Picaroon Isle. Unfortunately, it just turned night, so it's a little bit dark. You know what, just in the interest of making things more visible, well, I guess I could do this. I suppose that's gonna do the trick. I've just once again become slightly paranoid about my thirst and hunger. I should probably also not start wandering, you know, randomly into the wilderness, but maybe look around near the dock first to see if there's any kind of building here. Okay, well, there's a little bit of civilization apparently. Let's see if the path continues here at all. Oh, okay, that's the fast travel marker. Kind of inconspicuous. Captain Jack Picaroon, 645 to 689. Surely you be plundering gold from the pockets of the gods. Picaroon Isle has been added to the quick travel menu. Right. Which probably doesn't help me much. Yeah, Eden is too far away. Okay, that makes sense. Just to remind myself of the overall geography. Yes, Amarith is here. I guess that's Picaroon Isle? We do have a map of Amarith. Yes, okay, so that's Picaroon Isle. That makes sense. Telshorn is all the way there. That's very far inland. Okay. Great Rift Zone. Brimstone Lava Fields. Thunder Sun Grazelands. Black what? Black Vod? Black I can't tell what that is. Is that a V or an O? Black. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, we don't need to go there because obviously, yeah, we're here. We need to go there. We'll see how much of the lands in between we're going to end up exploring. And I'm going off, wandering into, well, you know, wandering not where civilization seems to be, if there is anything like civilization here. Also, this island might actually be very small. Okay. Interesting. So there are people living here. So I guess I'm gonna have a bit of an outpost here with maybe some basic shopping possibilities. Honestly, it's kind of necessary for the game to provide those at this point, right? At least for the time being. Ooh, this looks cracked. No, that's actually just a dead tree in front of the rock. Never mind. Yeah, if the game is going to take away the ability to return to the rest of the game world, at least temporarily, possibly forever, it's kind of necessary to provide at least a way to rest and maybe get some basic supplies. Even though the game did warn me quite explicitly, repeatedly and explicitly. You know what? Let me just rest for a few minutes. Yeah, did warn me sufficiently, I would say, that, you know, I should make sure to be prepared, whatever that all entails. Okay. So unfortunately, there's not really an easy or quick way from the inside of this island to where I need to leave the island, apparently. But that's okay. Maybe I did miss some small little passage. Hello, person. Madeline. Madeline. You see a woman dressed in buccaneer flair. Her skin is bronzed from the sun and her eyes are piercing blue, matching that of the sea. She quickly confronts you as you approach her. Whoa, back off there, sea dog. You'd be wise to not just come walking onto Picaroon Isle like you own the place. My name is Madeline, and you can say that I'm the governor of the sanctuary. What brings you here? Well, I'm not allowed to tell you. What is this place? Madeline laughs in your face. Her breath smells of rum. You've come all the way to Picaroon and you don't know what we do here? Well, at the rate you're going, you won't make it off the island alive, so let me tell you exactly what we do here. This island is a trading post and port of repair for people looking to avoid the authorities. You know, if Kudat isn't your kind of place. Kudat is also extremely far away from here. Do you need to launder some coins from one region to another? We can do that. Been doing some pirating and need some repairs to your ship? We can do that too. Need to sell some goods you've plundered? I'm your confidant. The thing is, my friend, you had better be looking for a service like this, or at least have some gold in your pockets if you want to make it off this island alive. Why is that? It seems like I can just walk off, unless that doesn't lead anywhere. Of course, that's exactly why I've come here. Being this close to Emerith, don't you have trouble with the Taurax? No, not at all. The Taurax are just a bunch of brainless bovines. Besides, we're no threat to them. In fact, we are sort of on the same side, being a bunch of outlaws and all. We don't interfere with what they are doing, and so they leave us alone. Furthermore, they don't seem to like this island. Their hooves just sink into the fine sand, and they're horrible swimmers. So they never come out this far from the coastline. The Taurax prefer that hard, tough scrubland southeast of here. Interesting. Oh. I've got some gold to spend. What have you got to sell? Where can I get water around here? Reasonable questions. Ah, thirsty, are you? Well, most of us just quench our thirst with a bit of rum. Right, which is obviously in unlimited supply. But if water is what you need, it'll cost you. There are no wells here on Picaroon, so I take it upon myself to collect rainwater. I can fill your water skins up for 50 gold, which is, you know, kind of expensive if you think about it, but not really a problem for me. I mean, I'm not going to purchase water from you right now. Yeah. Want some gold? Take me there. I hope this is not going to take me there immediately. Yeah, I can take you to Eden, but it's going to cost you 400 gold. Right. So, at least we found a way to return immediately. If we ever need to, which I don't see a reason that we ever would. Except at the very end when we're done with our quest and have successfully made Corin blow himself up instead of us. Okay, I've got that much gold, but I'm not ready to go. Okay, that somehow kicks me out of the conversation. Let's see here. What have you got to sell? So she does have things to sell. And before she has the X book here. No, she does not. Thankfully, that would have been a little bit upsetting. More lockpicks. I mean, I've already been buying some lockpicks. In fact, I think this is the most lockpicks I've ever had. And this should probably be good. More potions. Yeah, sure, I could. But then again, nah. Okay, good. So she's providing water, potions, and travel back to civilization. And there's just one other person here? No, there's actually something else. Someone else. Hello? Wait, what do you wander off to? Uh-oh. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Hiding in the trees, are you? You see a man with dark bronze skin. He's clearly not from this region. You guess that he is a Barian from his physical attributes. A Barian like me. I guess I'm an albino. Greetings to you. My name is Mohal, and I'm the blacksmith of Picaroon. I can fix any armor or weapon you bring me. Or I can patch your boat if you need in repairs. Also, I also have many exotic items for trade. Interesting. And before he has something really good, and I'm actually too poor at this point. I am short of funds. Do you have any tasks that need completing? Ah, yes, I do, in fact. I'm in desperate need for some raw ore for my smithing work. Normally I can travel east of here and gather ore from the cooled lava rock, but recently the area has been taken over by brimstone spiders. I was attacked and severely burned last time I journeyed out that way. Okay, so... yeah, we're obviously not just being thrown into the very end game, but there is a little bit more exploring and even side questing to do. That's cool. If you find the spider's nest and destroy it, I'll pay you 1,000 gold. Okay, cool. No problem, I'll return when the spider's nest is destroyed. Cool. Arachnophobia has been added. Kind of fitting. What can you tell me of Picaroon Isle? Not much to say about it, really. It's just a tiny island off the northwestern shores of Emerith. We're all a bunch of outlaws here. All three of us. You are too, for that matter. Just stopping off at Picaroon Isle for a visit will get you branded as a criminal. Not that anyone would ever know, because I'm not literally branded, but okay. That's what happened to me. 8 years ago, my ship came to this island in need of repairs, and the Thaerish naval guard set upon me, proclaiming I was a pirate. I've remained here ever since. Initially as an assistant to the blacksmith before me, and then taking over his business when he died. I'm originally a spice trader from Barria. Although I miss my homeland, I love Picaroon much more. This is my home now. Okay, well, good for you. What about the Taurax and the war? What do you know of it? I was here when the Taurax marched north to attack Thaermore. I heard that they employed the help of the goblins to overrun Thaermore and capture the Crux of Ages, but the goblins were double-crossed. As soon as the Taurax didn't need their help anymore, they slaughtered every last one of them. Not that I feel sorry for the goblins. They were a horrible nuisance, but they were pretty much harmless before the Taurax aligned with them. aligned or allied, whatever. I don't know what the Taurax are up to now. A large majority of them have gathered to the north in Thaermore, probably getting ready to overrun Mistfell. But don't be fooled, there are still plenty of Taurax down here in Emerith as well, just not the huge numbers that I saw before the fall of Thaermore. Well, that's kind of reassuring. Well, let's see what you have for sale here. More shields. 8, 6, wait. Wait, there it is. Yeah, that's 8. Mithril Lord Shield. Right, that's the same one. Okay. Steel, tempered steel, tungsten. 6 armor is, I think, exactly... No, yes, that's what we have. He does not have any better... Oh, this would be nice if it were a magic version of our light armor. Well, I mean, theoretically, this is another shop to refresh a few times for better stuff. But there's not actually an in-service unless that that last NPC provides that, which would be extremely convenient to say the least. In fact, if there isn't, then I have no way to really do this. Refreshing, that is. Okay, anyway, yeah, good stuff. Potentially even better stuff. We'll see. Yeah, this looks more like an alchemist though, so I'm not sure about the inn. You see a wrinkled, elderly dwarven woman. When she smiles at you, her eyes sparkle and instantly you feel kinship with her. Hello, young one. Come and tell Ruby what you need. I have all kinds of magical items for sale. Well, let me take a look at your merchandise real quick. Rook's Amulet, Viscerator is what we're using. Bludgeoning weapons, okay. Elemental, foraging, dexterity and speed, spot hidden. Hide in shadows. Okay, so no real ring upgrades. I have been thinking that I've been using these rings for a while. I wonder if I shouldn't maybe go with just 2 strength rings. I guess, well, I don't know if there are even gonna be real upgrades. Somehow the game considers these a better quality because they have multiple different attributes, but 2 dex and 1 speed, that's not particularly amazing. Maybe there are some rings to be found of the Crimson category with 3 different stats that might actually be better than either of these, but well, for the time being, it doesn't look good. Mystic Hammer, oh. Leather skin, okay, that's not so good. Summon Beast, we've seen that one. D-Hex, we have one of those actually. Create food. Yeah, well, if I was really worried about my food supplies, which I'm not. Bless, okay. Mystic Hammer. Very expensive. Obviously a 3rd tier spell. Sounds like it's just an attack spell. I mean, I am mildly curious, but on the other hand, I cannot really see myself using that. I have my... If I really need to do some severe range damage, I guess I have my plasma wand for that purpose. Yeah, so unfortunately no way to just rest and spend time on this island. That is most unfortunate. So if I did want to do that, I'd need to pay 400 to travel back to the mainland, do my resting there, and then probably pay another 350 to travel back here, unless the game is extremely generous and makes me only pay that once, but that wouldn't make sense really. So I guess I will not try to look for better equipment here, but instead just move on. Also, exploring this actually has taken up a considerable chunk of time. In fact, I'm surprised to find that we're actually at the 40-minute mark at this point. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna actually pay her for some water. Okay, because she did say she was gonna refill my water skin, but I was hoping that she would also refill my actual thirst meter. So that's nice. Let's have some bread. So at least we're fully rested and ready to explore. Well, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take a break here then. Next time we're gonna head off the island, which, yeah, again, unfortunately we'll have to walk all the way around again. I suppose I can always fast travel back here, so that's nice. And I'm guessing that the final fast travel marker is probably going to be at the actual Teleshorn stronghold. Right, that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. Yeah, well, next time we're going to head off the island and see what's what, how much there is to explore. I guess we're going to then head into those lava fields next to deal with the brimstone spiders and see what kind of reward the blacksmith is going to give us. I hope it's not just money. It's probably kind of includes some experience, as quests typically do, so I feel like we're most likely going to get one more level up at least. So that's nice. Yeah, anyway, okay, we'll see. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.